Jasper, a brilliant scientist, tests his experimental teleportation device, only to find himself on Zorgon 9, a stunning alien planet. There, he meets Ka, a wise and intriguing alien xenobiologist. Torn between returning to Earth and his growing bond with Ka, he faces a profound ethical dilemma. Should he prioritize the familiar or embrace the unknown for love and greater understanding? If you want to dive into real stories of parallel realities every day, in enigmatic, technological worlds that are completely different from our planet, subscribe to our channel and leave your like. Well, let's go. The laboratory was a modern marvel, replete with cutting-edge equipment and glinting with the sheen of stainless steel surfaces, illuminated by the cold, clinical light of fluorescent bulbs. Test tubes and beakers filled with mysterious, colorful liquids cluttered counters, while intricate models of molecular structures adorned the walls. The atmosphere screamed precision, but also carried an air of barely restrained chaos, as if something extraordinary was always on the verge of happening. Today was the day Jasper would test the latest version of his teleportation device, a sleek metallic apparatus that stood tall with an array of flashing lights and pulsating energy fields. As he initiated this critical experiment, the machine emitted an ominous hum that reverberated through the laboratory, growing louder and more intense by the second. Jasper's heart raced alongside it, caught in a potent mixture of excitement and dread. He glanced at the control panel's tiny screen, which displayed complex calculations and energy readings, all confirming that the machine was performing as expected. But in science, expected can quickly transform into the unpredictable. As the hum crescendoed into a high-pitched whine, Jasper's vision blurred, and his surroundings began to warp. His last conscious thought was an incredulous realization that his machine was not just teleporting objects but had somehow ensnared him in its grasp. With a blinding flash of light, everything dissolved into a whirl of chaos. When the maelstrom of energy subsided, Jasper found himself sprawled on the damp, alien soil of an unknown planet. He struggled to rise, his body battered by the violent translocation. His first observation revealed a landscape unlike anything he had ever imagined, a planet later known to him as Zorgon 9. The air was thick with a mist that glowed with an eerie, bioluminescent light, casting ethereal blue and green hues upon towering plants that seemed to pulsate with life. The flora was both beautiful and otherworldly, with bioluminescent tendrils that swayed as if moved by an unseen breeze. The ground beneath him was spongy, covered with a bed of mosses glowing faintly in various shades of violet and indigo. Jasper's mind reeled, grappling with the enormity of his situation. His attempt to teleport an object within his lab had instead flung him across the cosmos to an alien world. He struggled to comprehend how his machine could have connected to such a distant place. As a scientist, he realized the importance of observation and documentation even in moments filled with panic. He took a deep breath and began to record his surroundings with a portable device he always carried, a precaution now proving invaluable. As he scanned the area, his recorder caught the first signs of intelligent life. Emerging from the mist, a figure approached him. It was Ka, Zorgon 9's esteemed lead xenobiologist. Ka was unlike any creature Jasper had encountered on Earth. She was an alien with striking blue skin, bioluminescent patterns running along her limbs and torso, and large, expressive eyes that shimmered with an intelligence that both intrigued and unnerved him. Her aura exuded calm and curiosity, a stark contrast to Jasper's disoriented state. Ka's appearance was both graceful and intimidating, blending the fluidity of aquatic life with a robust, humanoid form. Thin, membranous fins extended slightly from her elbows, and her hands had elongated fingers that seemed specifically evolved for delicate, precise work. She moved with a kind of gliding motion, her feet barely making a sound on the mossy ground, enhancing the ethereal feel of her presence. Ka's eyes, wide and shimmering like the surface of a deep ocean, captured Jasper's attention instantly. They were filled with a depth of intelligence and an unspoken understanding of the universe that conveyed a lifetime of study and exploration. Ka was a figure of authority and respect on Zorgon 9, known for her groundbreaking work in the field of xenobiology. She had a keen interest in all things related to life beyond her own planet, which had always been fueled by a blend of scientific curiosity and a deeper, almost philosophical yearning to understand the interconnectedness of all life forms in the cosmos. Her interest was particularly piqued by the sudden appearance of Jasper and his sophisticated equipment, clear indications that he hailed from a technologically advanced civilization. The juxtaposition between Jasper's rugged, determined demeanor and Ka's serene, inquisitive nature set the stage for an unparalleled intellectual and emotional alliance. Their first encounter was marked by a mutual fascination that transcended the stark differences between their respective worlds. Jasper, armed with his portable device, began documenting Ka's features and behavior, his scientific curiosity momentarily overpowering his discomfort and confusion. In turn, Ka studied Jasper with an intensity that suggested she was cataloging every detail of his presence, his technology, his physiology, his mannerisms. She communicated through a series of gestures and vocalizations that, while incomprehensible to Jasper, carried an evident pattern of intelligent communication. Ka's actions demonstrated a willingness to understand and a respect for Jasper's own struggle to make sense of his new environment. Gradually, through patient and deliberate effort, they began to establish the rudiments of a communication system, blending body language with basic symbols and sounds. This nascent dialogue allowed them to exchange fundamental information about their worlds. Jasper explained his predicament and the purpose of his experiment. In response, Ka revealed the basics of Zorgon 9's environment and the unique biological systems that it hosted. Each piece of shared knowledge brought them closer to mutual understanding and fostered a sense of shared purpose. Ka was particularly taken with Jasper's teleportation device. She marveled at the possibility of such technology, envisioning the revolutionary biological and ecological discoveries that could be made if her people were to harness similar capabilities. Jasper, on the other hand, found himself captivated by the complexities of Zorganian biology, amazed by their adaptability and advanced forms of bioluminescence. Despite their vastly different focuses, both Ka and Jasper shared an insatiable drive for discovery and an enduring passion for their respective fields. This burgeoning relationship between Jasper and Ka posed no small ethical dilemmas. Jasper was torn by the desire to return to Earth and report his unprecedented findings, yet he felt an increasing responsibility to understand and perhaps even protect the wonders of Zorgon 9. The atmosphere on Zorgon 9 was alive with an otherworldly vibrance. Bioluminescent plants created a mesmerizing glow beneath the planet's twin moons. Beneath this serene canopy, Jasper and Ka hunched over an array of intricate devices and alien biological samples, engrossed in their mutual exchange of knowledge. Despite the symphony of foreign sounds around them, an undercurrent of unspoken tension began to ripple through their interactions. Days turned into weeks, and as each sunset painted the sky with an iridescent hue, the cultural and intellectual chasms between them grew more apparent. Jasper's Earth-centric logic clashed with Ka's Zorganian sensibilities. Ka, guided by an intuitive understanding of her world, often found Jasper's need for empirical data to be unnecessarily cumbersome. In one instance, Ka introduced Jasper to a plant that had been a cornerstone in Zorganian medicine for millennia. Dubbed Virethra by the locals, this plant could allegedly cure a myriad of ailments. Jasper, whose background was deeply rooted in the empirical sciences, insisted on rigorous testing, subjecting the plant to countless analyses to understand its molecular structure. Ka watched with growing impatience, unable to fathom why Jasper couldn't accept the plant's benefits as self-evident truths. Meanwhile, Jasper marveled at the bioluminescent life forms that seemed to defy the conventional norms of biology as understood on Earth. He was particularly fascinated by a creature called the Luminara, which could camouflage itself by altering the wavelengths of its emitted light. Yet, as Jasper delved into his experiments with the Luminara, Ka's frustration escalated. To her, the Luminara was a sacred being, representative of Zorganian spiritual beliefs, not just a subject for scientific dissection. On numerous occasions, Jasper's insistence on proving theories collided head-on with Ka's more holistic approach. One evening, after a lengthy and unresolved debate about the ethics of experimenting on Virithra, the air between them thickened with unspoken words. Jasper retreated to his makeshift lab, his mind a whirl of conflicting emotions. He yearned to honor Ka's beliefs but felt constrained by the need for scientific validation. Conversely, Ka stared at the shimmering canopy of bioluminescent leaves above, wrestling with her own turmoil. She appreciated Jasper's quest for knowledge, yet feared that the essence of what made Zorgan 9 unique was being dissected and diminished. Despite the emotional upheaval, Jasper and Ka's bond grew deeper. Many nights, after the intensity of the day's conflicts had subsided, they would find solace in each other's company. Sitting by the edge of a crystalline pond, its waters reflecting the luminous beauty of their world, they would share stories about their respective pasts. Jasper would recount tales of Earth's rapidly advancing technology, while Ka, with her melodic voice, would describe the ancient rituals and myths that had been passed down through generations on Zorgan 9. These moments were a sanctuary where their differences seemed to fade, replaced by an unspoken understanding and mutual respect. Yet, the cultural chasm persisted, constantly reminding them of the fragility of their union. The pivotal moment came when an unforeseen crisis forced them to confront the core of their differences. It was a serene day on Zorgan 9, the sky awash with glowing tendrils that danced gracefully in the wind. Jasper was engrossed in his study of the Luminara when an urgent call from Ka interrupted his focus. The Virithra grove, vital to the Zorganian populace, was under threat from a rapidly advancing fungal infection. This infection, if uncontrolled, could lead to ecological disaster. Jasper, armed with his scientific acumen, immediately proposed a series of experimental interventions. He suggested isolating the infected areas and applying synthetic fungicides based on his preliminary research. Ka, on the other hand, urged for a more measured approach rooted in Zorganian tradition. She believed that the grove's natural balance could restore itself if respected and tended to with ancient rituals that had successfully curtailed such infections in the past. The debate that ensued was one of the most heated they had ever faced. Jasper, pointing to his data and models, emphasized the urgency of immediate intervention. Ka, her voice steady yet imbued with deep conviction, argued that past interferences had only exacerbated such crises. The entire Zorganian council gathered, their faces reflecting concern and hope as they listened to both sides. Caught in the middle, Jasper found his resolve wavering. The data-driven side of him was in direct conflict with the emotional bond he shared with Ka. It was not just a matter of scientific debate, it was a deeper test of trust and understanding, a pivotal point in their relationship that would determine whether they could bridge the expansive divide between their worlds. Ultimately, they reached a precarious compromise. Jasper agreed to temporarily halt his experiments, allowing Ka's traditional methods a chance while preparing his own intervention as a backup. For the next several days, Jasper watched from a distance as Ka, alongside her people, performed intricate rituals. They moved with a graceful synchrony, their actions rooted in generations of wisdom as they tended to the Virithra grove with reverence and care. Jasper's anxieties were palpable. He was accustomed to clear, immediate results, and the slow, methodical rituals seemed maddeningly insufficient given the stakes. Yet, as time passed, something remarkable began to unfold. The infection spread slowed, and new, healthy shoots of Virethra emerged, their bioluminescent glow brighter and more vibrant than before. Jasper couldn't deny the visible proof of Ka's methods, a testament to an understanding of the natural world that transcended scientific analysis. Amidst this challenging period, Jasper and Ka's connection deepened. Their respective vulnerabilities surfaced, forging a bond strengthened by mutual respect for each other's strengths. Nights spent under the luminescent canopy became not just moments of respite but opportunities for deeper reflection on their journey together. Jasper's once unwavering certainty began to make space for the mysteries and wisdom that Ka's world held. He began to see that sometimes, understanding required more than data. It required faith, empathy, and a willingness to see beyond the confines of one's own experience. This was not the end of their conflicts, it was only the beginning of a more nuanced phase in their relationship. The tensions they navigated highlighted a broader ethical dilemma: the balance between technological progress and the preservation of cultural and ecological integrity. Jasper and Ka stood at the intersection of these worlds, embodying the challenges and possibilities that lay before their evolving partnership. In the waning light of the day, the Virethra grove flourished once more, a symbol of the delicate truce they had reached. Jasper, with Ka by his side, continued to explore the wonders of Zorgon 9. The early morning mists of Zorgon 9 settled softly amidst the bioluminescent flora, creating a dreamy landscape that belied the emotional turmoil brewing within one of its key inhabitants. Autonomously gliding through the labyrinthine pathways of her arboreal settlement, Ka couldn't shake the bombardment of conflicting thoughts that had plagued her since Jasper first broached the subject of his possible return to Earth. Her lab, normally buzzing with collective fervor from a team dedicated to xenobiological excellence, now resembled a cavern of solitude, its busy hum muted into eerie silence. Before Jasper's arrival, her focus had simply been on cataloging every intricate biological marvel of their planet. However, his presence had woven an existential tapestry in her mind, interlaced now with curiosity, conflict, and an emotion she struggled to fully comprehend: love. Meanwhile, on the other side of this uncertain equation, Jasper felt his own inner conflict magnify as he navigated the intricacies of Zorgon 9's advanced communication devices. He was undeniably grateful for the chance to alert his Earth-based colleagues about his unexpected interplanetary journey. After days consumed by the pure awe of being surrounded by extraordinarily vibrant organisms and enigmatic life forms, the familiar, crackling sound of human voices brought a stark jolt of reality crashing into his otherwise immersive experience. His colleagues were working tirelessly to bring him back to Earth, having established a communication link that enabled a steady exchange of data and messages. This contact was a double-edged sword. It promised an imminent return to the place that had guided his scientific pursuits and ambitions, but at the cost of tearing him away from a being who had transformed from an alien curiosity into an emotional cornerstone. Dilemmas of immense weight enveloped Jasper's mind. Return to the familiar arms of Earth, where his achievements would likely soar into new heights, or remain on Zorgon 9, diving further into the unparalleled collaboration and budding relationship with Ka. The scientific inquiries that burst forth from their conversations were only a fraction of the connection that had formed between them. Ka had ushered him into the many microcosms of her world, symbolically as well as literally. One potent memory flashed in front of Jasper's eyes. Ka presenting an intricately woven web of luminescent silk produced by native creatures known as glint weavers. The mesmerizing artifact shed soft light over them, creating an intimate space where her blue glowing eyes had shimmered with stories of her world's past, culture, and its heartbeat-like rhythm of existence. Adding to this complexity was her intellectual duality. Ka's scientific acumen paralleled Jasper's own fervor, manifesting as mutual adaptability in solving the puzzles presented by both their worlds. Yet beyond the logic and the data, there was an unspoken emotional cadence that drew them inexplicably closer. This bond wasn't just tactile but deeply psychological, adding layers that Jasper hadn't anticipated but couldn't deny. Their conversations now ventured into colonial philosophy, social constructs, and, ultimately, what constituted a meaningful connection, breaking the preconceived barriers of their differing species. These dialogues ventured deeply into uncharted territories, forging a connection developed on mutual respect and intellectual exploration but colored deeply by emotional intensity. Ka, too, found herself infinitely torn. Wandering to the bioluminescent waterfall that became their frequent meeting site, she reflected on each moment, each shared look, each intermingled piece of their vastly different worlds. Her people's history promoted a careful balance in everything, dictated by an intrinsic harmony in their environment and relationships. Jasper was an anomaly, an injection of a new variable that was both exhilarating and terrifying. Watching the glowing streams cascade, she lingered on the implications of Jasper's departure. Could love traverse the light years that separated their worlds? And if not, would breaking this bond leave an irrevocable impact on her scientifically but now emotionally intertwined existence? A relentless wave of questions crashed through her mind. Would Jasper's departure mark an end or a beginning? Did they hold within them the essence of a bridge strong enough to connect entire planets, or would their experiment in love and unity dissolve into the annals of an unrepeatable event? Despite the maelstrom within, Ka felt an emerging sense of defiant resolve. Her connection with Jasper, and her comprehensive understanding of his world, shouldn't, and couldn't, remain an isolated phenomenon. The scientists on Earth, driven by both vested interests and genuine concern for their lost colleague, had finally triangulated Jasper's precise location to suggest an interstellar retrieval window. Preparing for a potential rescue mission had involved collaborations with entities capable of perusing through the cosmic frameworks dissecting time and space. Jasper's unplanned yet groundbreaking adventure had exponentially spiked interest amongst Earth's most influential scientific consortiums, which brought forth possibilities of entirely new realms of interplanetary diplomacy and exchange. Now, staring at the logistics favoring his imminent return, multiple entities on Earth deliberated intensely about Jasper's learnings. Could their technology hold potential keys to unlocking biocompatible medicine through Zorgon 9's flora? What unforeseen intellectual revolutions could emerge by merging the biotechnical insights from these two disparate planets? While the questions and preparations simmered on Earth, Jasper and Ka meticulously prepared themselves for an impending decision that was near impossible to weigh solely on logical or emotional scales. The scheduled day arrived with a palpable tension hanging thick in Zorgon 9's air. Ka, usually a silent sentinel during her introspective state, approached Jasper with newfound resolve, each step mirroring the rhythm of her increasingly pounding heart. Their shared space in Ka's lab, now stranded with experiments both completed and abandoned, became the somber stage for their final reflections. Sitting amidst the volatile energy wafting in the air, Jasper initiated what felt like their 1000th debate on the ethical and emotional tangles that stood before them. With calculated diction, Jasper vocalized his meticulously weighed thoughts, tracing each consideration and counter-respect Ka's perspective. The stakes were monumental. It wasn't just their immediate lives but potentially the ethos governing human and Zorganian future interactions shaped by their decision. Each moment stretched painfully, etching memories into their minds as seconds ticked away relentlessly towards the crucial hour. A sudden influx of messages through the communication link pulled Jasper back to the logistical bridgings of Earth. His colleagues on screen mirrored expressions of euphoric relief tempered with cautious optimism, masked under procedural rigor. Jasper's breathing hitched, grappling with intensified internal dialogues while Ka maintained an exterior of composed articulation. When the final confirmation buzzed through the system, a sense of mirrored synchronicity between two planets brought exhilarating anticipation blended with profound dread. The questions of, "Will Jasper stay?" encapsulated their thoughts wrapped with immediate anticipation and unquantifiable consequences. Ka's eyes furrowed with determination, sensing Jasper's turbulence, took a step forward. Leaning in, she softly addressed him through the Zorganian idiom most perforating to core sentiments. Understanding transcends spoken languages, invoking the ethereal. The atmosphere in the Zorgan High Council chamber was electric, a blend of anticipation and tension seeping into every corner of the vast, bioluminescent hall. The council, composed of Zorgan's most revered and sagacious minds, formed an imposing semicircle around the central podium. Their figures, draped in flowing, organic robes woven from the luminous fibers of local flora, seemed to pulsate with the energy of the planet itself. The walls of the chamber were adorned with intricate carvings and glyphs that told the tales of Zorgan 9's rich history, its achievements, and its struggles, underlining the gravity of the gathering. Jasper, his mind a whirlwind of thoughts and emotions, stood beside Ka. The bioluminescent alien beside him radiated a determined calm, her blue skin shimmering under the hall's subtle illumination. Her gaze fixed steadily on the council members. Ka's aura of intelligence and quiet strength underscored her resolve. This was more than just a meeting, it was a pivotal moment that could define the future of two worlds. The council head, an elderly figure with a deep azure complexion and eyes that glowed with the wisdom of centuries, raised a hand to call for silence. The murmur of the gathered crowd hushed instantly, their collective attention now laser-focused on Ka and Jasper. Ka stepped forward, her presence commanding the room. The silence was profound, amplifying the weight of her words as she began to speak. Esteemed members of the Council, and my fellow Zorganians, today I stand before you to address a matter both personal and profound. The arrival of Jasper from Earth was an event of scientific significance, a marvel of technological achievement. Yet, it has evolved into something far more meaningful. The bond we have formed transcends the bounds of mere curiosity or companionship. It is a testament to the potential for unity between our species. Gasps and murmurs rippled through the audience, the notion of interspecies bonds still a contentious and provocative topic. Ka's voice, however, remained unwavering. Her eyes met the skeptical gazes of the council members, challenging them with her sincerity and conviction. Jasper's presence here has opened our eyes to new possibilities, both scientifically and culturally. We have shared knowledge, yes, but more importantly, we have shared dreams, hopes, and emotions. He has become integral not just to my research, but to my very being. Jasper felt a surge of emotion at Ka's words. Stepping forward, he addressed the council in earnest. I came here by accident, a byproduct of an experiment gone awry. But in my time on Zorgan 9, I have found more than data and discoveries. I have found a connection that defies reason yet feels undeniably right. Ka and I have envisioned what might be possible if our worlds could come together, not just in commerce or science, but in understanding and empathy. The council members exchanged glances, their expressions varied, a mosaic of curiosity, skepticism, and contemplation. The silence stretched, each second fraught with anticipation. Finally, the council head spoke, his voice resonant and measured. Your words are heartfelt, and your intentions appear noble. The union of our worlds, as you suggest, would be unprecedented and fraught with challenges. However, the potential benefits cannot be ignored. We must deliberate on this matter with the gravity it deserves. As the council convened in private to discuss the proposal, Jasper and Ka retreated to a secluded alcove within the chamber. Their hearts were pounding, and their futures were poised on a razor's edge. Jasper took Ka's hand, their touch a silent reassurance of their shared resolve. While they waited, Jasper's thoughts drifted to the ethical implications of their union. The blending of two species, with distinct biological, cultural, and ethical frameworks, posed questions that went beyond simple compatibility. Could they truly harmonize their differences and forge a path that honored both Earth's technological prowess and Zorgon's rich, ancient wisdom? What sacrifices would be necessary, and what compromises should be made to honor this newfound alliance? Ka's mind, too, was a vortex of considerations. The social dynamics of Zorgon 9 were deeply entrenched in tradition and communal values. She knew that their relationship would face scrutiny and resistance from those unwilling to embrace such a radical departure from the norm. Yet, she believed in the transformative power of their bond and the potential it held to expand the horizons of her people. Time seemed to stretch interminably until the council emerged from their deliberations. The crowd, sensing the gravity of the moment, fell silent once more as the council head retook the podium. After careful consideration, the council head began, "We acknowledge the profound implications of your bond and the potential it holds for our collective future. The path ahead will not be easy, and it will require a commitment to mutual respect and understanding. We are willing to authorize an initial phase of collaboration, to be reviewed and expanded upon agreed metrics of success in bridging our worlds. Let this moment mark the beginning of a new chapter in our shared history." The chamber erupted in a mixture of cheers, applause, and hushed conversations. The decision had been made, and with it came the dawn of a new era. Jasper and Ka embraced, their emotions a whirlwind of relief, joy, and anticipation. The subsequent weeks were a blur of activity. Plans were laid out for the construction of a permanent portal, a gateway that would facilitate not only travel between Earth and Zorgon 9 but also a continuous exchange of knowledge and culture. Scientists, engineers, and diplomats from both worlds convened, their efforts a testament to the collaborative spirit that Jasper and Ka had kindled. Jasper and Ka's relationship continued to bloom amidst the chaos of their pioneering work. Late at night, when the activity had died down, they would steal moments together under the bioluminescent canopies of Zorgon 9, sharing quiet conversations and dreams for the future. Their work, however, was not without its challenges. Integrating two vastly different technologies required innovative thinking and adaptability. Earth's advanced machinery had to be harmonized with Zorgon's organic, bio-integrative systems, a task that demanded both technical acumen and creative finesse. Jasper found himself continually awed by Ka's ingenuity, her ability to synthesize Zorgon's natural resources into solutions that complemented Earth's artificial constructs. Culturally, too, adjustments were necessary. Rituals and traditions from both worlds had to be respected and integrated in a manner that honored their origins. Ka introduced Jasper to the sacred festivals and ceremonies of Zorgon, rituals that celebrated the planet's cycles and its deep connection to the cosmos. In return, Jasper shared Earth's diverse customs, from technological expositions to simple, human celebrations that brought communities together. As the portal neared completion, both Jasper and Ka were invited to address a joint assembly of Earth and Zorganian representatives. The dawn on Zorgon 9 was unlike any other place Jasper had known. The sky was painted with hues of violet and emerald, with twin suns cresting the horizon, casting long, curious shadows across the verdant landscape. Each morning brought with it a sense of rejuvenation and purpose, mingled with the surreal beauty of bioluminescent plants pulsating gently in rhythm with the planet's heart. This day, though, bore particular significance. It heralded the beginning of a new chapter for Jasper and Ka, a chapter that would intertwine their fates even more profoundly. As Jasper stood on the balcony of their shared domicile, his thoughts wandered back to Earth with a sense of reflective nostalgia. He remembered the cold steel of his laboratory, the relentless pursuit of knowledge that had consumed his every waking moment. Now, standing amidst the enigmatic flora of Zorgon 9, he could feel the symbiosis between science and sentiment, between discovery and love. Ka joined him, her bioluminescent skin glowing softly in the early light. Her presence was both comforting and invigorating, a constant reminder of the worlds they had bridged together. Their roles had evolved from mere academic exchange to something deeper, richer, and more fulfilling. As they ventured into Zorgon's lush jungles and sprawling deserts, they gathered samples, tested hypotheses, and marveled at the intricate dance of this alien ecosystem. The flora and fauna of Zorgon 9 were unlike anything on Earth: trees with crystalline leaves that hummed in the wind, translucent rivers teeming with aquamarine creatures that communicated through pulses of light. Each discovery was a testament to the planet's boundless creativity and resilience. But beyond the scientific marvels, it was the cultural exchange that profoundly moved Jasper. The Zorganian society, with its emphasis on collective well-being and harmony with nature, offered a stark contrast to the individualistic pursuits that dominated Earth's ethos. He learned of their rituals, ceremonies under the twin moons that celebrated the energy and interconnectivity of all living beings, profound meditations that aligned the mind with the planet's rhythmic pulsations. These experiences enriched Jasper's perspective, rooting him deeper in the belief that resilience and empathy were fundamental to any civilization's survival. The Zorgon High Council's decision to sanction their relationship had paved the way for unprecedented interplanetary collaboration. Jasper's colleagues on Earth, now connected through temporary wormholes, began to share their progress in technology, medicine, and environmental conservation. This exchange was more than just an academic exercise. It was a testament to the mutual respect and admiration that had blossomed between the two worlds. Engineers, scientists, and philosophers from both planets engaged in continuous dialogue, forging pathways to solve problems that neither could tackle alone. Together with Ka, Jasper spearheaded initiatives that combined Earth's technological prowess with Zorgon's ecological wisdom. They designed bio-integrative devices, machines that could heal rather than exploit, harmonizing manufactured technology with natural processes. One of their proudest achievements was the creation of a universal lingua medica, an advanced medical kit combining Earth's precision tools with Zorganian regenerative compounds, revolutionizing healthcare for both species. Yet, amidst the grand undertakings and daily wonders, moments of simple joy and intimate connection sustained them. Their relationship thrived in the quiet interludes, sharing meals, stories, and dreams, their bond solidifying with each shared glance and touch. Jasper's presence at the cultural festivals, resplendent gatherings where Zorganians displayed their music, dance, and art, was no longer that of an outsider but a respected partner. He danced to the haunting, melodic tunes of the Zorganian flute, his movements, albeit initially awkward, becoming more fluid with each celebration, earning him genuine smiles and warmth from Ka and her kin. As days turned into months and months into years, Jasper transformed. His hair, which had begun to gray on Earth, now shimmered with faint streaks of bioluminescence, a result of prolonged exposure to Zorgon's unique atmosphere and Ka's gentle ministrations with local treatments. His once constant anxiety and restlessness were replaced by a soulful calm, a deep appreciation for the life he now led. The journey was not without its trials. External threats, rogue asteroids, bio-invasive species, galactic pirates, occasionally disrupted their peace. Each challenge was met with unified resolve, the combined resources and ingenuity of both planets ensuring their survival. Jasper and Ka's unwavering commitment to each other and their vision inspired those around them, creating a network of trust and cooperation that extended far beyond their immediate circle. Their story, broadcast through interstellar channels, became emblematic of hope and resilience. It reached distant worlds and civilizations, igniting aspirations and fostering alliances. The tale of a human and a Zorganian transcending their origins to create something greater became a universal legend, a beacon of what could be achieved when differences are embraced rather than feared. One evening, as they sat by the luminescent shores of an emerald lake, Ka turned to Jasper, her eyes reflecting the radiant stars. In the silence that followed, there was a profound understanding, a recognition of the journey they had embarked on and the countless possibilities that lay ahead. They had become more than pioneers. They were custodians of a new era, tasked with nurturing the fragile yet powerful sapling of interstellar unity. In that shared silence, beneath a sky awash with the brilliance of distant galaxies, Jasper understood that his leap into the unknown had not only changed his life but had set into motion a series of events that would forever alter the course of history. The most profound discoveries, he realized, do not come from advancing through the cosmos but from understanding the intricate connections that bind hearts and minds across it. Their journey continued, an endless voyage of discovery and love, illustrating that the frontier of the heart is indeed boundless. As the twin suns set, casting a gentle glow over the tranquil landscape, it was clear that every heartbeat, every shared moment, was a testament to the beautiful and infinite tapestry of life that they, and countless others, were privileged to weave together. The legend of Jasper and Ka's journey was a story of transcendent love and unity, a story that, in the vast spectrum of existence, revealed the cosmic truth that despite the distances and differences, it is the connections we forge that define us, enrich us, and ultimately, unite us. If you liked this story based on real events, subscribe to our channel and don't forget to like it. Here you can dive into a different reality every day, where anything can happen. Comment below what kind of story you would like to hear here. Thank you very much for your attention. We are the Sci-Fi family.